Welcome in, gamers. This is the official tier list of all the games that we've played this year. The DLCs I'm not going to worry about, but I have done a lot of DLCs as well this year. We've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, aka trash tier. I don't think we've played any trash games this year. I'm not going to lie. We haven't played any trash games this year. Now, we just wrapped up Parasite Eve 2. I'm going to be unbiased. So we just wrapped up Parasite Eve 2, which isn't a first playthrough, but we have done a full playthrough of it. And it kind of weirdly feels like a first playthrough. I'm thinking maybe A or S tier for Parasite Eve 2. The achievements definitely ruined it for me, though, I will say. Achievement hunting, it kind of sucks, but playing it is really good. I feel like because it's got good puzzles, it's got good replayability to it, multiple endings. Parasite Eve 2's got to go S tier, doesn't it? Probably like a B tier achievement set, but like S tier game. Clock Tower 3 is a tough one. Clock Tower 3, really enjoyed it. That's a tough one. Because that was such a cool game. I really enjoyed the story for that. I haven't played the previous Clock Tower games. I only played 3. But I would fully achievement hunt that. I would go for 100% achievement. So we just wrapped Parasite Eve 2. That's an S tier. Clock Tower 3. First Descendant is S tier. Well, I haven't finished it, so I haven't popped it in there. I haven't popped it in there yet. I'm not counting the hashtag sponsor stuff. Outside of stuff that I've fully played through. Which First Descendant I haven't fully played through yet. Clock Tower 3. Yeah, I would put that S tier. Because I would fully, I would 100% achieve and hunt that. I would do that. Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics kind of shocked me a little bit. There's a big learning curve with that. Beautiful, beautiful story. There's a lot of things you can do there. There's a lot of things you could do there. I'm trying to think of, what I would do. I'm not counting mods either. I'm not counting mods in the mix. I'm not doing that. But Tactics. It's a tough one. I feel like I'm leaning towards A tier. I really love it, but I feel like other Final Fantasy games have kind of pulled me in more. But I think it's worthy of an A tier. Tactics. 10-2. 10-2 was very interesting. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. The only thing is the achievements are trash. The achievements are trash. So for that reason, I'll put it in a B tier. I would put probably 10 in the A tier, but 10-2's on a B for me. I still enjoyed it. I would replay it again, but I wouldn't achievement hunt it because the achievements are trash.
3.
Dirge of Cerberus. Dirge. I really enjoyed Dirge. It was a very fun run and gun kind of game. It was kind of one that surprised me. I feel like I just like Vincent. I don't know. Am I just biased? I would replay it again. I feel like other Final Fantasy games have had more of an impact on me, though. That I do feel. But I'm biased to Vincent, so it's an A tier. Now, I'm going to get into the Tekken stuff. I'm going to pop... Wait, where's Tekken 3? Sorry, it's all out of order. Tekken 8. I mean, I actually really like the story for Tekken 8. I did the story playthrough of Tekken 8. I actually liked all the different characters and all the different languages. Tekken 8 was super sick. So I'll put Tekken 8 S tier. And I'll put Tekken 3 S tier. Tekken 4 and 5, I mean, I'm kind of unbiased. I'm unbiased a little bit because I haven't played a lot of it. Yeah, Tekken 3 and 8, I'll put S tier, and then maybe Tekken 4 and 5. I mean, I'd still play them, but I'm way less likely to play them. So I might do B tier for 4 and 5. Just because, because Tekken 3 and 8 are so good, I'm probably not going to pick up 4 and 5 again. Personally. But yeah, Tekken 3 is definitely S tier. Because we literally unlocked every single character possible. And I would 100% achievement hunt Tekken 3. Of course. Tekken 4's music. Okay, you know what? Okay. Tekken 4 and 5 do have good music. Okay, I'll put them in A tier. Because I still enjoyed them a lot. But I think 3 and 8 have had more of an impact. 6, I haven't played enough of 6 to even judge it. I played maybe 1 or 2 characters. That was it. So I wouldn't put 6 in our list yet. But we did touch on 6 very briefly. But yeah, we've only played 3, 4, 5, 8, and I played a little tiny bit of 6 because Tekken 8 already came out. So yeah, these are all the games we've beaten this year. Yeah. So I'm just going through them. Okay, I'm gonna go through this one here. Firelight Fantasy Resistance D tier. I don't know about the other Firelight Fantasy games, but I got this one. I got it on like a sale on Steam, and the game just didn't play well for me, and and the achievements didn't pop either. It took like ages to get achievements to pop, and things were glitchy, and it just like wasn't the best experience to play. That I think it's just this specific game. I don't know about the other Firelight games, but this one, getting 100% in this one really hurt my feelings, and I didn't enjoy it. It was just like a very painful experience. It was a very painful experience to play that game, so I probably wouldn't recommend that one. Just felt a bit buggy. Yeah, it didn't feel very smooth to play it. Early in the year, we kind of went through a lot of different sequels. God of War 2. I think God of War 2 I'll do A tier because I actually preferred God of War 1. I like the story of 1 more, and we have a lot of S's. We've played a lot of amazing games, and I don't want to put everything in S tier. So what I think I will say is like probably I would say God of War 2 is probably A, only because I liked 1 just a little bit more in the story. Just a little bit more. 1 just had more of a hold on my heart, but I haven't played 3 yet. Yeah, so I think 2 is going to be A tier. I mean, our A tier is basically like this is S and this is S plus. You know what I mean? Like our A tier is basically S games. Like we got Tactics, Dirge, Tekken 4, Tekken 5, God of War 2. Like it's still a very high tier. Like A rank is not anything to be shirked at. Okay? It's not. But I would put like God of War 1 in S tier and then probably like God of War 2 in A tier. Just a little nitpicky on the story. I connected more with the story of 1. Okay, we also around that time played Crash Bandicoot 2. Ooh, that's a tough one. Because I did enjoy it. I did enjoy Crash 2. There were things that I preferred over Crash 1. Like I liked that you could kind of save whenever. Because the fact that if you didn't do a bonus level, you couldn't save in Crash 1, that really messed. I did not enjoy that very much at all. That was really toxic. Crash 2 was pretty fun though. Like it was still difficult, but I feel like 1 was a lot harder on us. But where to place it though is tough. Where to place it? Because I feel like Crash 2, like I would probably go for achievements for it. I haven't played again the third game yet for this one, so it's hard to say. But Crash 2 was interesting. I'm trying to think of where I place it, A or S. I think out of the Crash games, I would put it in, and the ones that I've played at least, I would put it in S because it was a really good game. Crash 2 was really good. I might put Crash 2 S tier. That was really solid. And the things that I didn't like as much about Crash 1, Crash 2 kind of fixed them. So I think I'll put Crash 2 there. But I don't have 3 to compare it to. So over the years, that might become an A tier after I play the other Crash games, okay? I'm going to figure it out. Let me go. Okay, I'm going to just get some out of the way. Bunny Graveyard. I played this one off stream. This one's a gift from a friend of mine. I actually 100% achievement hunted this one. And it's okay. It's okay. Is it something I want to pick up again? Probably not. I'll probably continue it, this story. I'll probably continue it. I still enjoyed it though. Still enjoyed it. Bunny Graveyard was pretty solid. Really cute. It's a cute story, but it's also really dark. Kind of surprising. It's okay. It's okay. Not my most favorite game in the world, but like I enjoyed the playthrough. And I enjoyed 100%ing it. It wasn't like too crazy of an achievement hunt. So, I mean, our B tier is basically an A tier. Like these are games that I still like. D is the things that I don't like. C is like kind of like meh. B is like good. A is like amazing, and S is just like best games ever played. Oh, this is another Parasite Eve 2 image. Don't worry about that. Just because I've been like fixing stuff. Little Goody Two Shoes. I'll put that in this tier here in B. Again, kind of like Bunny Graveyard. It's just kind of like a cutesy game with a twist. I kind of went down that little genre, and I did enjoy that one. I did enjoy that. I did really enjoy it. Little Goody Two Shoes was a good time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, time to zoom back. Yeah, I'd put a B tier. I enjoyed the playthrough, but it's probably not something that I would replay over and over and over again. It's one of those games that I enjoy the first playthrough, but I'm not repeatedly playing it. Silent Hill: The Short Message. Silent Hill Short Message. That might be in that tier as well. We're ranking all the games we've played over the past year. Silent Hill Short Message is a tough one. It's a short game. Again, I don't think it's one I'd replay though. I didn't really resonate with that main character. Although I did call it. I called it. I called out the ending. Straight up, called it. So good. Called it out. It was okay. It was well made. And the boss was, I was actually scared. I don't get scared that often in horror games that much these days. And it was a bit spooky. It was still a good game. It was still a good game. I'll put it there. I'll put it here. Merry Christmas. We're doing a ranking. Yes, Short Message was good. Is it one that I'm going to like go out of my way to play over and over and over? No. But I enjoyed the first run. So I'll pop it in B tier. B tier is nothing to snuff at. Max Payne 2. I really like the Max Payne games. Like Max Payne 1, I think I love a lot more. I'd probably put that in maybe A or S. 2, I still liked it, but I didn't resonate with it as much. I don't know. That one's a tough one. Max Payne 2. I mean, I'd probably put it A. I still liked it. It's not an S for me. The story doesn't quite hit it out of the park for me as much as like the first game did. I'll put it A. Because I really do love the Max Payne game. 5 Hearts Under One Roof. We played that one this. That's such a random game for us to play. Like out of all these, like out of Clock Tower 3, Tekken 3, Tekken 8, Max Payne, Fallout 4, Dark Souls, and then you got 5 Hearts Under One Roof. Actually, uh, okay, a lot of you guys would probably go S game of the year, game of the year. I'll put it B. I'll put it B because it doesn't. There were a couple of things that I didn't like about it. I like the quality of. I love the quality of the video and the cameras that they used. I love the behind the scenes footage. I think that they made it really well. But there's some quality of life things that I think I would enjoy more. But I don't see myself playing it ever again. Like we've 100%ed it. I'm not replaying it. That's the only reason why it doesn't go higher. Because I don't see myself replaying it. 10-2, I might replay it, but I wouldn't achievement hunt it. That's all. I've got my achievements for it. That's why it sits there. I think that's pretty fair. I've seen other dating sims that I prefer more, and that one wasn't my most favorite in the way that it was. You were locked out of progressing. So you couldn't just continue and see where things led. Like it would lock you out until you hit a specific amount of points, which I didn't like that part. I like to be able to just progress and just to see where the chaos unfolds to. And I didn't like that to have to keep going back, watching cutscenes. And if the achievements for 5 hearts, if you don't 100% watch the cutscene, you get like 98% completion or 96% completion for that chapter. And it's really frustrating to go back. So for the achievement side, that kind of, it loses points from me. But the quality of the cameras was really good, and I still enjoyed it, and it was still a funny experience that we will hold those memories dearly. But yeah, that's why it sits at B for me. Alyssa? Ooh. Alyssa was actually a gift from our community member, Ari. Really shocked me how much I liked it. I think I'm going to put Alyssa in A. These aren't in a particular order at the moment, by the way. Alyssa was really fun. Like, I really enjoyed Alyssa so much. Alyssa was so good. Damn. Oh, if I'm gonna put them in order though, probably. Sorry, Konami. Soz, soz. Okay, I'll put them in order. Okay, I'll probably go what tactics before. But I'm biased on my Final Fantasies. Probably probably got a war there. Max Payne, Alyssa. Yeah, probably like that. And then I'd probably get the Tekkens over Crash. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, that's in order. Yeah, that works. Works for me. But yeah, Alyssa actually surprised me so much. I really enjoyed that game. I would 100% it. Um, it is one though that once I 100% it, I probably won't play it after that. But I'll really enjoy 100%ing it no matter how many playthroughs it takes. It was a really cool game. I really liked the bosses. I liked the multiple endings. It was really cool. Like I really, really enjoyed Alyssa a lot. Way more than I thought I was going to. Same with Crow Country. I'll probably put Crow Country just behind Alyssa. Amazing game. Amazing game. If you like retro horror games from PS1 era, but with like some modern quality of life things, Crow Country was another one that was really good up there with Alyssa that we played this year. I really, really enjoyed Crow Country. That was really cool. And up there with A. I really liked it. It was a very, very fun time. BioShock Remastered. Oof. Dude, the A rank is gonna be so long. A rank's gonna be so long. Damn. BioShock Remastered. I feel like that's gotta go A tier too, right? I might put that. Oh, A for appreciation. BioShock was really good though. I really liked BioShock. Where would I put it there? Maybe before Alyssa. You know what? I'll put it there. BioShock I really liked. BioShock was really good. Really, really really liked Bioshock. That was my first introduction into the series, and it was such a unique experience to play it. It has to be top of A tier. Black Myth Wukong, I'm gonna put that on my S list. Really loved Black Myth Wukong. That was such a great game to play. That might be my game of the year, actually, or one of my games of the year. I really liked Black Myth Wukong. We ended up getting all the secret bosses, and we got the secret ending. It was incredible. Like I love that so much. From the music to the variations of bosses to being able to change up your builds anytime you felt like it. I really liked it. It was a really, really, really great time playing that game. Wukong was great. Bloodborne. This is gonna get tough of where to place them. Do I like Bloodborne more than Wukong? Okay, Bloodborne, I'll put just after, only because if we played it in 60 FPS, look, listen, Bloodborne, if it had a higher frame rate, would be higher. I really still loved Bloodborne though. I played the DLC, we got all the bosses, and it kind of taught me how to play Souls games. Really, really loved Bloodborne. If it was in 120 FPS, it would rank higher. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Dark Souls Remaster. Right. The thing is, Dark Souls, I feel like it would rank higher if we replayed it again. I really like the DLC bosses in Dark Souls 1 are really freaking fun. I feel like Bloodborne challenged me a little bit more than Dark Souls 1 did though. But I loved Artorias, the Abyss Walker though. He was such a cool boss. But I feel like I might prefer the bosses in Bloodborne. So where would I place? That was my first like Souls game. First. Out of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I put Dark Souls slightly ahead, even though I feel like I prefer the bosses in Bloodborne, but I think I had more time as an experience in Dark Souls 1. So I'm going to put it there. I still liked, I think, Wukong just a touch more. Dark Souls 3, S tier. I'm putting that up before Black Myth. I will 100% that game. I don't know when, but I will 100% Dark Souls 3. I love that game so much. From everything just felt so balanced, and it was just such a great time. It was such a great time. We've played a lot of S tier games this year. We have. That was up there though. Like Dark Souls 3, incredible. Um Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. I might put that in B. I still really like the game. I think I prefer the co-op Dead Rising games because we played the second game with Wolf, and I just think those games, when they're co-op, feel even better. That's just a personal preference. Like, even though they're fun solo, I just feel like the Dead Rising games, when they're co-op, just hit different. And that would be like an S tier for me, or an A tier for me, if it was co-op. I understand they're like remastering like the original game, but like the Dead Rising 2 like is the one that I play with Wolf. We had such a good time with it. So I think the co-op Dead Rising would rank a little bit higher for me. That's the only Rebirth. Ah, where would I place Rebirth? It's S tier, obviously. Obviously it's S tier. But where do I place it in our game? I think Rebirth, like that game made me laugh. It made me cry. I was in my emotion. That was my longest played game of the year. I think Elden Ring beat it slightly, but like they were my two longest played games of the year. Where would Rebirth place? Such a I'll put it above Dark. That's tough. Oh, that's so tough. Would I put it before or after Dark Souls 3? You know, I'm a Final Fantasy girly. I'm a Final Fantasy girly. And Lady Maria, oh my god, her fighting platform. Um, I think Rebirth goes after Dark Souls 3. I love that. I'm sorry, I really enjoyed Dark Souls 3. I didn't expect to love it so much. I didn't expect to love it so much. It's so good. I think it beats Rebirth in my brain. I think it does. I prefer the combat in Dark Souls 3 to like Rebirth. But I love the story in Rebirth. I would 100% that in a heartbeat on both freaking console and on PC. Um but I think Dark Souls 3 takes it. Fallout 4, very unique experience. We played the game incredibly. We had a high charisma, low intelligence, super high luck. It was the funniest first playthrough ever. Um, I really enjoyed myself with Fallout 4, and I would love to play more Fallout. I think I would put it though, maybe behind Bloodborne. I would say it just because it's a massive undertaking to play a Fallout game, like to replay them over and over and over and over again is many, 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 many hours. So I would probably play the other Soulsy games before it, but it's still an S tier game. Yes. Let me go verbals. Verbals was it was okay. It was okay. We played it the other day. It was very simple. It was kind of repetitive, but it was very colorful and very beautiful. It's a nice platformer. It's a nice one. I actually offline did all the extra levels that the early access allows me to do. So I did like what 10 levels or something. It's just that it felt kind of repetitive. Like it felt like there wasn't like much variation between the different things to do. But that's just a very minor critique. Otherwise, it would be in B tier for me. But because like a couple of missions were quite repetitive, I'll put it in C. It's a nice game though, and I do like it. But I feel like Crash provides more variety. The Tavern Manager Simulator. I'll pop this maybe. Where do I place that? I'll place it weirdly. It's a bit buggy. It's still in its early stages. I still really like it though, because you can integrate Twitch chat into it. Where do I put it? I feel like I'll put it like maybe C or B tier. I put too many hours into it there. I'll put a B tier. I really enjoyed it. I really no. I'll put C. I'll put C. I enjoyed it a lot though. I played it offline quite a bit. It's one that I play now and then, and I just have a good time with it. But I would put Supermarket Sim in B. I do play that one offline, and I enjoy it a little bit more. I think. But once I 100% it, I don't think I'll replay it again. But yeah, Supermarket Sim is pretty fun. And I did like the Tavern Manager one with the integration with Twitch chat. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cute. Actually, no, Parasite. Damn it. I feel like our list is already so long. The S tier is too long. Should I demote anything? I feel like Parasite Eve 2 is like the only thing that I would really demote. You know what? I'll put Clock Tower 3 here. I'll put Clock Tower 3 here. And then maybe Parasite Eve 2. Probably like here. I'll pop it here. So I just feel like I like Bioshock a little bit more. So I feel like that's a pretty good spot for it. And then yeah. That works for me. Katana Zero. Ooh. Katana Zero was really fun. I put that B tier. Just because 100%ing it, I don't know if I would 100% it, but that was actually a gift from Chad, from Motive. And when Motive sent that through, I didn't know what to expect, but it was really fun. It was a really fun game. I might 100% it and then not play it again, but the actual playthrough of it was really fun. Choosing our own adventures and the multiple story lines to go with, the combat, and then the slow motion. Like once you finish the level, having the slow motion replay of what you just did is just like super cool, and you feel like a badass when you play this game. You really do. You feel amazing, and the run back isn't that bad either. So when you die, you run back to the start of the level, and it's nothing too crazy. It's definitely a tough game, but we really had a good time with it. I really like it. It's a short one, but it's a good one. Merry Christmas, everybody! We're doing our Christmas tier list of all the games that we've played during the year. Sekiro. Damn it, where do I put it? Do I prefer it to Wukong? I feel like I like the bosses in Sekiro more than Wukong. So I'm gonna put it 3. Number 3 for the year. I just think I prefer Sekiro's bosses, personally. But I think I would play like Dark Souls 3 and Rebirth again over Sekiro. But it's like very fine margin because the game is beautiful. Sekiro is a masterpiece. Tomb Raider 2, B tier, only because there's so much water. It would be A tier, but there are so many water levels. It loses some points. There's a lot of water. There's so much water. But Tomb Raider 2, we played the remastered version, and it was really fun. I really liked it. Withering Roots. I put that in B. I would 100% it. It's got a little bit of replay value for me. It's like a 2D scroller roguelite. It kind of threw me off with how much I actually enjoyed it. Hold on, let me put this in order. I think weirdly I'd put Supermarket. I actually replay Supermarket Sim a lot. Like it's actually unhealthy how much I play that game. I might put Katana Zero like there, and probably Dead Rising here. Tomb Raider maybe after Little Goody too. And Withering Rooms, actually, I'll put there. Top of B tier. I really enjoyed Withering. That was really fun. It was a very unique experience to play it. It kind of shocked me how much I liked it, actually. Oh, you know what? I feel like I might prefer that over Crow Country and Alyssa, actually. Yeah. I feel like I might put Withering Rooms before Clock Tower 3, actually. I'm putting it in A tier. I really enjoyed Withering Rooms. That game was really fun. I entirely didn't expect to like it that much. It was huge. This boss fight, the last boss fight, C tier. Just the one we just did. The Parasite Eve 2 boss fight. The last one. C tier. Wouldn't recommend this one. No. C tier. I'm kidding. No, C tier. Just the boss fight. Just the boss fight. The actual game is A tier. That boss fight is C. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Why am I not celebrating with Wolfie? Wolfie's sleeping. Wolfie's sleeping right now. Season's greetings, though, gamers. No, Wolfie's resting because he had work. He had work, so he's sleeping. He has today off, though. He has today off, but he was working. So he's sleeping right now. So I'm just streaming while he's sleeping. Yep. Okay, so this is kind of tough. Silent Hill 2 remake. I feel like Silent Hill 2 remake. Ooh, Is it my game of the year? But mm, feel like I put it before Fallout. No, just after Fallout 4. I still really enjoyed the game. I'm definitely 100%ing it. It's S tier for me. I had such a good time. But I feel like I got more out of these worlds from Fallout onward. And lastly, Elden Ring. This, I don't know where to place. Do I place Elden Ring as number 1 or number 2? This, because I was talking to a Souls friend about this. About where would we place out of Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, like where would it be? And I'm just thinking back to like Elden Ring had some really great bosses, but I did feel like some of them were repetitive. Like even though Dark Souls 3 had less bosses, I felt more impacted by them. And it was a shorter game. Like Elden Ring has like an insanely rich world. But I don't know. But I don't know. It's kind of no, Final Fantasy X-2 is in B tier. Not Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X-2 with like the Charlie's Angel Final Fantasy one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actual Final Fantasy X would be in A tier for me. Just because like the mini games to unlock the best weapons was annoying. That was probably why. But Elden Ring, frick. It has to be in my top 3 of the year. It has to be. It has to be in my top 3, but where? This is so tough. Where would I place Elden Ring? Because I played Elden Ring and the DLC. I did Dark Souls 3 and both DLCs. And Rebirth. This is tough. This is a really tough top 3. I'm stumped. I'm stumped. Feel more connect. I weirdly after playing Dark Souls 3, I feel more connected to it than I do to Elden Ring. I know that might be crazy to believe, but like feel like this is my list. I feel like that's my tier list of the year. I think that's it. Yep. I think that's it. So, S tier games of this year: Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Rebirth, Sekiro, Black Myth Wukong, Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Silent Hill 2 Remake, Tekken 8, Tekken 3, Crash 2. The S rank. For A rank, we have Bioshock Remastered. We just played through Parasite Eve 2 for Christmas. I'm putting it here, like even though we've played it once before, it's been so long since my last first playthrough that it kind of feels like I'm replaying it again. So I am placing it here, and it's an A tier game for me because of this boss fight. It loses points. I put the boss fight in C tier, but I really like the game though. The last boss fight's just annoying. Tactic had an amazing story that completely threw me off guard. Dirge of Cerberus. So yeah. Sorry, Vincent. I'm sorry. I say after Tactics. Weirdly, I'll go Withering Rooms after that. Dude, I really enjoyed that game so much more than I thought I was going to. It actually shocked me. Same with Clock Tower 3. Clock Tower 3 is like such an incredible game too. Like they're both like top tier horror games, and if you've not played them before, please do. If you get a chance to. Really, really great game. God of War 2 was amazing. I really enjoyed Dirge of Cerberus. That was a really fun one too. It's still an A tier, but I feel like these games that are prior to it just had more of an impact on me. Max Payne 2 was fun, but the first game had more of an impact. I liked like the first game a hell of a lot more. Alyssa and Crow Country, like amazing like PS1 inspired horror games, like on PC, incredible. Like they were both really great games, and if you're wanting that retro fix, I would definitely go with both of those games. They're both really freaking good. Alyssa does feel a bit harder to start with though, but once you get like a sense of the combat, and the movement style, it's kind of janky at first, but you get used to it and then it gets better. It's one of those. Like give yourself like an hour or two to like adjust to the controls, and then you're chilling. And then Tekken 4 and 5. Tekken 4 and 5 were great. They were good games. 3 and 8 had more of an impact on me, which is why they're in S tier. But 4 and 5 was still fun to play, and I'm glad we played some Tekken games here for the first time. That was really freaking cool. I really liked that. Supermarket Sim. So B tier isn't even that they're bad games. They're more games that'll achievement hunt and then bench. They're less replayable, but still games that I enjoy. So they're either badge and finish or just like one play and done kind of games. Supermarket Sim is one that I keep. I'm literally achievement hunting this one offline. It's one of my favorite offline games to play. It's such a good simulator. I have such fun with it. It's simple, but it has some cool mechanics to it, and it's highly addictive. It's highly addictive. Final Fantasy X 2. I actually really enjoyed that game. I really like it. There's a lot of, it's like a less serious Final Fantasy game. It's not, I would put maybe 10 a bit higher, but 10-2 was still a really fun. I would still play it. It's just the achievements are really, really annoying to get, and really, really easy to miss. So as an achievement set, it's bonkers and probably not one that I would go for. But as a game to play, like a one and done, I had a really good time playing Final Fantasy X-2. Katana Zero surprised the hell out of me. It feels really fast to play it, and you feel like a badass the entire time. The story's solid, and it's got like a retro kind of aesthetic to it, and really cool music. So yeah, Katana Zero is like up there. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, had a good time with it. I'll probably achievement hunt it and then bench it. But that's only because I like the co-op Dead Rising games more. Dead Rising 2 is probably more up my alley than Dead Rising 1. That's just a personal preference. Because I'm a very big like Left 4 Dead fan. Like we've been playing like Left 4 Dead 1 a lot with my friend group, and I like the co-op experience a little tiny bit more. RE4 remake. We've already finished all the remakes. Wait, did RE4 remake was last year, right? That was last year, right? That came out? I'm trying to remember. It was 2023, right? Remember? I did finish RE4 remake. The achievement set, I've got one achievement left. And that's RE4 remake I love. I love RE4 remake. But I've just got like the money achievement left where I've got to like buy the infinite rocket launcher, and that's all I have left. So it's just the gun fanatic achievement, and then I'll have achievement hunted all four Resident Evil remakes. So that's RE1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I'm safe. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I thought so. I'm like, that's 2023. This is 2024 list for the games we played this year. Little Goody Two Shoes was gifted by Square Enix. I really enjoyed that game. It's like very dark. It's very cutesy and adorable, but it's also extremely dark. It's kind of chilling to play that. It's got like an RPG vibe with a twist. It's a really cute game. It's a really, but very, very dark. I would put Tomb Raider 2. That wasn't my most favorite game. I still enjoyed playing it. And yeah, the remaster did an incredible job with the textures. I really loved that so much. But I think I prefer Tomb Raider 1 more. There's just a lot of water there's a lot of water levels, and water levels just aren't my favorite. It's just like a personal preference thing. I prefer Tomb Raider 1 to 2. You might prefer the gameplay of 2. That's up to you. Bunny Graveyard, I played this off stream. It's kind of like Little Goody Two Shoes. I prefer Goody Two Shoes a little bit more. But Bunny Graveyard was still like a fun one to play. Again, like an RPG kind of cutesy game with like a big twist, like a horror twist. It's a shorter game. I think they are going to do like an extended version. They were going to do like installments, like chapters, but I think they did like chapter 1, and they're going to just make the full game from here. So kind of waiting to see what they do there. But a really cool game, and I can't wait to see what they do next, because I really enjoyed like the epilogue and like that first chapter that they did. It was really cool. 5 Hearts Under One Roof. Again, I liked the game. It was fun. They got to fix their achievements though. Their achievements are like like you'll watch everything and it'll be like 96% or 98% chapter completion. Like when you've watched everything, just like fix your achievement list. It pisses everyone off. The game, the quality of the camera was top tier. I just feel like there were things that like I like in other dating sims that weren't present in this one, but it's still great content. It's great content. Silent Hill short message. The message like fell short for me. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. The message fell short for me. I didn't really connect with the main character that much. I could relate, not to her situation, but I could maybe sympathize to what she was going through. Short message was very deep, and it was really spooky too. I was actually really scared by that one. It's a free game. I'm not going to judge it too harshly. Because when something's being released for free, my expectations are a little bit lower. But I feel like I prefer other Silent Hill games to that one. But I still think it's worth a playthrough. Definitely. I still think it's worth a playthrough. Verbals from Super Saiyan. Thank you for the hookup there. It's only down here because Crash provides so much more variety. It's a good game. It's very colorful. It's just like some of the missions are kind of repetitive. But it's something you want to just like chill with and unwind. It's a cute game. I still enjoyed it, but it doesn't provide the excitement that like Crash does for me. Tavern Manager was really fun to play with chat. I really enjoyed it. It's not something that I'm actively replaying over and over and over again, but I do love like those simulator games a lot, and this deserves at least a mention. And then the final boss for Parasite Eve 2 it's a tough boss. It's a tough boss. I've got to get better at it, but for now it's in C tier. Just the boss fight's in C tier. Just the boss fight. And then Firelight Fantasy Resistance, fix your achievements, please. Please. It was crashing and it was kind of buggy and it kind of ruined my experience. Unfortunately. The game had potential, but it just fell short. I'm not including sponsor games on this list because there are more games that we've played. Because yeah, Zenless Zone Zero was probably like top mobile game of the year for sure. Same with like Withering Waves, like that was amazing too. But I'm not gonna count like sponsor games that I've only played for like an hour to like a few hours at a time. It's not enough to judge a game in its entirety. So I'm kind of putting the games that I've put out there that I've put like lots and lots of hours into, and I can give more of an assertion of. So if I've either completed it or like Little Goody Two Shoes, we've got like one chapter left. Like I've still got to like finish a tiny bit of that. But I've got like a good enough impression of it that I can confidently put it in that tier. Tactics is A tier. It's not one that I'm going to be reaching for to constantly replay, but it's a potential game to achievement. Sure, I really like Tactics. The story is incredible. So yeah, what do you think, gamers? We've played a lot of different games this year. I'm actually shocked with how many games we've played. We've played so many. That's not bad. That's like so many games. That's in 1 year. We've done this many games. completed, exception of Little Goody Two Shoes. That's the only one that's on this list that I haven't completed yet. Everything else we've done. And I have got like a lot of badges this year too, which is pretty cool. Our goal was to get 7 badges, and I've actually done more than 7 badges. I'm really happy. That was cool. We did like the Dino Crisis 2, we did Silent Hill 3, we did our like the Resident Evil remakes, and then I've been achievement hunting a bunch of games offline as well. So we've exceeded the 7 badges that I planned for the year. I think we could easily hit another 30 games next year. Easily, I think we could definitely do that. We've played a lot of long games this year. Like we started like Digimon World 2 and a few other ones that I unfortunately haven't added to this list because we're just literally in the first half of the game. I don't want to like judge something without knowing the ending as much. There were a lot of new games that we played this year. We've been playing like the previous years. We've kind of done more retro stuff, so it was kind of nice to mix in some of the modern games, like the Fallout games. Like we got Fallout 4, we got BioShock, Tekken 8. You guys really liked Tekken 8 when we played that. Elden Ring, Rebirth, Sekiro, Black Myth Wukong. But then we also did like Max 2 and like Clock Tower 3, Tactics. Yeah, we got like a really good variety, I think, this year between old and new. So next year, there's still like a lot of great games to play. If you have like anything you see on the channel, feel free to let. We continuously add to our list of different games, whether it's to like my own little retro archive, which we have back always adding to, or if we're just going through and adding it to our Steam wish list or PlayStation list or whatever, I'm excited though. I'm excited. We did a lot of cosplays. We did a lot of games this year, and I'm really proud of us. We hit our goal. Last year I was on a mission to do 30 games. And I'm really happy that we hit that goal. I'm really happy. We still have a lot of games though. We still have like the Fallout games, the user games. We've still got, I think, a couple of Final Fantasy titles. Mass Effect, the Alan Wake series I want to do next year. Fatal Frame, I think I've got one game left that I've got to do in that series. My game of the year was Dark Souls 3. I know. I didn't know either that was going to be my game of the year. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be Rebirth, but when I really thought about it, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and Rebirth. But look at our S tier list. Like, it's so hard to choose. Like, because Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Rebirth, Sekiro, Black Myth Wukong, we did Dark Souls 1, we did Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Silent Hill 2 Remake, Tekken 3, Tekken 8, Crash Bandicoot 2. Like, we played, like, S tier games this year, and even our A rank games could also be considered, like, S rank games too. Like, I was just being very, very finicky with our A tier, so just not everything was in S tier. But, yeah, we played some incredible games this year. I'm not doubting. Like, any of them could have been my game of the year, truly. But Dark Souls 3 was, like, the most memorable, I feel, for me. I really liked it. But again, Rebirth is in my top 3. It made me laugh. It made me cry. Like, so many times I was in my complete emotions. I would love to achievement hunt it on console, on PC. Like, Rebirth, I love it. But I think Elden Ring had my most hours of any game that we've played this year. So by default, Elden Ring has to be in the top 3 because we've literally put more hours into Elden Ring than any other game we've played this year. And yeah, and Dark Souls 3 just the bosses just felt that little bit more special than Elden Ring's bosses. I feel like there were just things that I liked a little tiny bit more about Dark Souls 3 than I liked about Elden Ring, but I still really loved Elden Ring. It was just such a unique game. So, yeah, we haven't played Metaphor. Metaphor we should add. We should add that to the list. there's still so many more games we've started, and we'll be continuously adding to our list. But yeah, 2025, great mind, it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm glad we did this. Good our tier list. We did good. We did good. We did over 30 games, over 7 badges. We hit our list of what we wanted to do. Our New Year's resolution for 2024. We hit it for how many badges we did. I want to maybe aim for maybe 10 achievement sets, maybe 10 to 12. I'll be really happy if we do 12 sets. I'd be really happy with 12, but maybe 10 sets, 10 to 12 sets, and I think we could push our first playthrough to 35. 35 for 2025. It has a nice rhyme to it, but I think we can do it. If we mix in some retro stuff that's a little bit shorter, I think we can do it. I still gotta play Stellar Blade though. I still gotta play Stellar Blade and Metaphor and a few other games that came out this year that were incredible. So we still have a lot of games to play. But we definitely did a lot of longer games this year. So I'm kind of shocked we hit our goal because we did a lot of did a lot of did a lot. We really did a lot. So yeah, that's it. That's our tier list. That's our tier list. Super stoked. That is our tier list for 2024. GG.